Ubisoft, right here, you mess this game up, you might as well sell Assassin's Creed to somebody else. We have been waiting for this game for so long. No pressure. What's going on, everyone? Talon here at 59 Direct, and today we got a bunch of announcements from Ubisoft, but the big ones were from the Assassin's Creed franchise. If you have ever played any of the Assassin's Creed games, then you probably have one of your favorites, whether it's from setting, characters, you name it. Lots of people love the Ezio trilogy. Some people love the original game. Some people prefer more the newer games. Myself personally, I haven't really liked Assassin's Creed, I would say, since Syndicate/Origins. So Origins wasn't my favorite of them all, but I still somewhat enjoyed it. After Origins, though, I wasn't the biggest fan. So when I woke up this morning and I saw that we're getting all of these different Assassin's Creed games and actually going back to being an assassin, I'm happy. I'm happy to say the least. I'm happy. I am not beyond hyped, though, to say that I'm just going to blindly buy these games or anything like that. I need to obviously see more information. We need to see actual gameplay. We need to see actual release dates, all that stuff, right? But as of right now, we at least have some good games coming forward in the near future. When I say near future, like the earliest ones, like sometime in 2023, who knows when the other ones are, because a lot of them are simply code name, insert name here, and that's basically it. So we have to go over all the information, go over which ones I'm personally excited for, what I'm hoping they don't do, what some of the information that we were provided for actually means, and so much more. So if you are excited for anything Assassin's Creed or enjoy any of these types of videos, please leave a like in the video and leave a comment down below. Or if you don't even know what to say, leave a little emoji. Comments help the video a lot. And if you want to stay up to date on everything from Ubisoft, Assassin's Creed, and other games, make sure to sub to 59 Direct. And if you want to see what we do on the daily, make sure you check us out on the 59 Twitter page as well. Not the 59 Gaming one, the 59 Direct Twitter page, by the way. So make sure you check it out. All the links down in the description below. Anyway, let's get started. Okay, we have to go into the big one. We have to. I can't hold it anymore. We're going into Assassin's Creed Code Red. If you don't know, if you didn't look at the description of any videos that were shown or any trailers or anything like that, yes, this is in Japan. Finally, after 10 plus years of asking for an Assassin's Creed game in Japan, and yes, I know we have Ghost of Tsushima on the PlayStation, but it's not over on Xbox, and it's only now on PC this year / last year. So regardless, we want everyone to be able to play this game. But we're finally going to feudal Japan. It's, again, taking forever to finally get here. Now, we don't know anything about this game. We really don't. It literally says Assassin's Creed Code Red, and the trailer shows a shinobi that jumps onto the roof of a building, has a sword, and then unsheaths a hidden blade. That's all we know. But that's totally fine. That's really fine, because again, it just shows that this game is going to be quite a while until it finally releases. We do know who is making it, though. The teams behind both Odyssey and Syndicate are working on this. Now, when I originally saw that the Odyssey team, or members of the Odyssey team, or however they've changed it and everything like that, I was a little skeptical. Odyssey is one of those games that every fan either loves or hates. There's no in between. I personally, again, after Origins, have not really liked the Assassin's Creed, where they've gone this more traditional RPG and everything. Like, I have not liked it one bit. So when I saw Odyssey at first, I'm thinking to myself, oh God, Odyssey, not my cup of tea. But Syndicate, I actually did like. Syndicate's kind of one of those hidden gem games where if you've, it's not the best at what it does. It's just it's good at everything that the old Assassin's Creed was known for, and it's the last of the original Assassin's Creed games that have your more traditional stealth and things like that. Now, again, in terms of the time when we're going to be, feudal Japan. So it's going to be awesome to see ninjas, samurais, the whole 9 yards. Ubisoft, I am begging you. I will get on my knees if I had. I will fly out there and I will talk to somebody. Don't worry. It'll be calm, collective words and everything. The little, high voice and everything like that. But regardless, do not mess this game up, please. I beg of you. Take as much time as you need. I don't care if this game takes another 5 years to make. 5 years, perfectly fine. Or if you've already been working on it for 2 or 3 years, take even more time. I don't care. Please do not mess this game up. Everyone, and I mean you ask any person who likes the Assassin's Creed franchise and you ask them, what setting would you love to go to? Japan. Japan has been the one that everyone has wanted, and you've gone literally everywhere else until now. Please, I am begging you, just don't mess it up. That's all I'm saying. If you do, you might as well just sell the Assassin's Creed franchise to somebody else. I'm dead serious about that. Just saying. So if you think I'm overreacting, let me know in the comments. If not, if you agree with me, let me know as well. Anyway, let's get on to the next game. The next scene that was shown off, and we actually got to see a good lengthy trailer. Granted, no gameplay, but the trailer did show us some actual stuff that we can expect to see some gameplay, is Assassin's Creed Mirage. Now, this is a little bit of a quote here that we got from the official Ubisoft trailer / the website itself. In Assassin's Creed Mirage, you are Basim, a cunning street thief with nightmarish visions seeking answers and justice. After an act of deadly retribution, Basim flees Baghdad and joins an ancient organization, the Hidden Ones. For those of you who didn't play the most recent Assassin's Creed games, the Hidden Ones are the precursors to the Assassin's Creed. As he learns their mysterious rituals and powerful tenets, he will hone his unique abilities, discover his true nature, and come to understand a new creed, the one that will change his fate in ways he has never even imagined. Now, when looking at both the website and what they've said in both the trailer and comments and everything like that, it is said that this is supposed to be a true love letter to fans, a tribute to the original, experience a modern take on features and gameplay that defined the franchise for 15 years. Journey to Alamut, the legendary home of the assassins who laid the foundation of the Creed, in this heartfelt homage to the game that started it all. And we get to see this a little bit. We're probably going back to Jerusalem, where the original Assassin's Creed took place, or at least one of the areas and everything like that. So there's probably gonna be some mixture, some open world stuff, some traveling, you name it. We'll get to see that. And you can even tell from the trailer, there is a lot of hidden blades, stealth kills, even the old hood, the classic way that the assassins have always looked since the original game is back. I've never really liked the looks of the last two games, which was Valhalla and Odyssey. I was not a fan of those. I just really wasn't. At least Origins had the look, at least with the hood and the white and everything. And that's what it is, right? When you ask somebody, what is the first thing you think of when you think Assassin's Creed? There are two things that someone's going to say: hidden blades and the hood. That is like pretty much non-negotiable right there. So it is really cool to see that they are finally bringing that back and going again towards more of what Assassin's Creed was known for so long. Now, two of the main characters we do know about this game. The first one is Basim. After his mother died at a young age, he grew up on the streets with the dream to eventually join the Creed. Think Aladdin for his upbringing, essentially, right? Will we get to see the 40 Thieves? We're hoping for it. We're hoping. Genie, sorry, man. Robin Williams isn't around, unfortunately. Rest in peace. But unless you're able to get him to play the genie, I just want to bring him in anyway. The second character we get to see, though, is Roshan. I'm sorry if I'm butchering that name, but I think that's how you pronounce it, who is the teacher of Basim as she takes him on as her very first apprentice. We actually get to see them kind of sparring and fighting within the trailer and everything like that, so that's definitely really cool right there. Now, combat. This can be a little bit of a hit or miss depending on who you talk to. Some people don't like the old ways of the combat in the old Assassin's Creed games because they are just simply stand around and counterattack, right? And then there are others who don't like the more modern games because it's literally trying to hit these enemies with tons of health, and it can be really annoying when you have those huge health pools of enemies and you just whack away, and that's really never fun. So personally, I prefer the older way because the combat was never really meant to be the big selling point for the Assassin's Creed. It was the exploration, it was the climbing around the city, and it was seeing the brutal executions and everything like that. So I've personally always enjoyed that type of combat. It's never meant to be hard or anything like that, but it can be challenging sometimes in certain ways, depending on how you play the game. But regardless, I've always enjoyed that. So I'm really excited to see that they finally brought this style back. Hoping at least. They claimed back in Valhalla they are bringing back more stealth and, you know, assassins and all that stuff. And yeah, it failed horribly on it. So then they padded it out for who knows how long. So regardless, though, hopefully they actually stick to that and everything like that. One interesting thing I did see in the trailer, though, was that we got to see sand throwing. So that's probably gonna be a way to blind your enemy. A little bit of cool details there because, again, they didn't show actual gameplay or anything like that, but you can take some stuff away from the trailers and be like, oh, we're probably gonna be able to do that, or some of the gadgets that they used and all that kind of fun stuff. This game does actually have a release. It's one of the few that we do know of, and it is releasing sometime in 2023. So this will definitely become out next year, and then followed by hopefully Red and the other games that we're going to talk about as we continue on in the video. So again, let me know your thoughts down below. What are your thoughts on Mirage? The next game that was announced was Assassin's Creed Hexe. Now, this is simply being developed by Ubisoft Montreal, And that's really all we know. The trailer simply shows a little totem talisman type thing in the Assassin's Creed symbol. And again, we don't know much about it, but it seems to be that we're going to be dealing with witchcraft potentially. So I don't know if that's going to be delving more into what Odyssey and Valhalla are more known for, because if you've played those games, you know that it's not your more typical Assassin's Creed stuff. We're talking about kind of mixing the ancient ones with some more mythology names. So you have people like Thor and Odin and everything like that in Valhalla because of what happened with this technology from the ancient ones in the past and everything, and how the memories there and all that stuff. You get the idea. If you play the games, you understand it. But regardless, maybe this is going to deal a little bit more with that and everything, because if I remember correctly in the DLC that I've seen from trailers, when it comes to Valhalla, we actually get these like really crazy powerful swords and everything like that. So regardless, it'll be interesting to see if this is what that's going to be. Again, we don't have any details on it, but all I'm going to say is take your time. Let's see how it looks. It's being developed by a completely different team and everything like that. So Red and Hexe are not going to conflict with each other unless maybe they're bringing over certain people for parts of the game that are going to require them to get a little bit of extra help. Finally, the last game that was announced was Assassin's Creed Codename Jade. Now, this takes place in ancient China, which is actually not the first one to take place in China. There was a small side-scroller game that was around the time during the Ezio trilogy, and if you actually got to see the clip that Ubisoft made, which is the kind of like an animated short, essentially, of Ezio's final days before he passes away, we actually get to meet the assassin from that time. So this is, again, taking place in China, and it's noted to have classic AC gameplay and takes place in an open world. However, it's a mobile game. Now, if you know me personally, you know I'm not exactly the biggest mobile fan for gaming, especially in the last couple of years. Now, I'm willing to give it the benefit of the doubt. That being said, though, Ubisoft gotta come here. If you even think to copy Diablo Immortal, I swear to God, your company's not going to live. That's not me trying to threaten you, by the way. That's just simply, you saw what happened with Activision and everything like that when they made that piece of crap game. Do not follow in that footsteps. I understand you got to put microtransactions in, or, you know, outfits and things like that. I get it. It's probably most likely a free-to-play game, because 9 times out of 10 mobile games, you don't just simply pay for the game and you get to play it. Unfortunately, I would personally prefer that way you get everything, but I've accepted that this is just the age of gaming we're unfortunately in right now. But please do not do what Immortal did. Don't do it. Just don't. I probably am not going to really play this game. Maybe we will also see it on consoles and everything, but always just keep that in mind, that that's what Immortal was with Diablo, right? It finally got a PC version, but it's literally just a mobile game thrown onto PC and everything like that. So if this happens with Jade, don't expect it to be like actually built for PC or the consoles or anything. It would just simply be the mobile game slapped on there. That's all it's going to be, unfortunately. So regardless, please don't do that. And actually, I do want to say another thing real quick when it comes to the other games as well, whether it's Code Red, Mirage, you name it. Please do not pad it out as much as you have with Odyssey and Valhalla, especially Valhalla. Do not do it, please. I've seen those reviews and gameplays, and I even tried playing them. I was just like, I can't play these guys. It's so long and boring and tedious. Just please don't do it. Just please don't. All right. Now, the last little bit of news that we did get was Assassin's Creed Infinity. Now, this has been a very secretive, some kind of live service Assassin's Creed that's supposed to bring everything together. Well, we got a slight bit more news on it, but again, very, very slightly. This is basically going to be a hub of sorts that's going to connect all games that are just announced and past games. Infinity's not going to be a game itself. While we still, again, don't know much about it, it's best to imagine this game where we basically turn it on, will probably be some NPC in an area, and then you can access each game in the franchise somehow, okay? So they already talk about how Hexe and Red are the first 2 games to really embody the Infinity. I'm just gonna call it a hub for now, essentially. Will it succeed? I'm not really sure. We'll have to wait and see what happens with Assassin's Creed Infinity, but should be really cool. Hopefully they don't make it always online like I stated before, but we'll have to wait and see. Anyway, everyone, that is it for all of the Assassin's Creed news. Oh, wait, I forgot. Some final DLC for Valhalla. Sorry, I just don't care about Valhalla. I really don't. It had some promise, Viking adventure and all that stuff. It didn't need the Assassin's Creed name though. It really didn't. It just felt shoehorned in. And basically that's the reason it was able to sell as well as it did, because it actually just had the Assassin's Creed name on it instead of just being its own thing of Viking Adventures or something like that. Who's to say? Regardless though, that's everything that was announced in terms of Assassin's Creed stuff and everything, because that's what this video is. I know they obviously announced other stuff that is, you know, like the Nintendo, Mario, Ubisoft connection thing that they've always done with different games and everything like that. But this is all about Assassin's Creed. So let me hear your thoughts down below in the comments, guys. What is your favorite Assassin's Creed game up to right now? So Valhalla down to the first one. And what are you most excited for out of all of these announcements? I think you guys can probably tell from the introduction, I'm excited for Code Red. I wonder why. Might be because I also live in Japan, I've studied Japanese, and I love the setting and everything like that. And I just love the OG Assassin's Creed feel. Up until now, I would say the Ezio trilogy, like most, is my favorite, but I've loved pretty much, for the most part, all of the mainline series Assassin's Creed games, just for running around and seeing the history and everything like that. Heck, I even like 3 and Syndicate. And I know a lot of people don't like those, but it is actually fun to go back and play some of those games sometimes. So anyway, let me hear your thoughts down below in the comments when it comes to all of these games. What are you most excited for? What are you most concerned about? And what are you most hoping for? What is the one thing you hope that they add into these games? Let us know all your thoughts down below in the comments. So anyway, guys, I've been Talon with 59 Direct. Again, sub to the channel if you happen to be new. Leave a like in the video. Leave a comment down below as well. And don't forget to check out our streams as well. We got the place up in the top right corner. And if you want to keep an eye on everything that we do on the daily, make sure to follow us over on Twitter on 59 Direct. Thank you so much for enjoying the video, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Johnny.